Separation is an illusion. Everything is connected. In case you don't know yourself, in case you don't know God, in case you don't love yourself, this is your station, baby. Form your business into a name. Something unique like a slang. Make a difference, make a change. We ain't no puppets on the string. Did that. 3-piece. Why I write in 3's. I see in 3's. Everybody is a 3-in-1. Warning, this might shake up your belief system. Gross relationships or duality. Left, right, up, down, big, small, fast, slow, hot, cold, and the biggest dyad of them all, male and female. Stop then. You are creators. God is a 3-in-1 being. So everybody in my reality is a God or a 3-in-1 being. Human being, man, woman, and child, or me, myself, and I. Thoughts, words, and actions is a great place to start. What you think about, you will say. What you say, you will do. What you say after I am is important. So imagine your thoughts or your mind is a fertile land, valuable property. Whatever you plant in that land is what will grow. Imagine your mind or your thoughts is a factory. And in case it's a car factory, then whatever. Only thing that's coming out of that factory is cars. So in case the only thing that you put into the factory is sadness, then that's what comes out. And imagine the mind or your thoughts was a machine, like a computer. Whatever you program that computer to do is what happens. So in case the machine is a dishwasher, it ain't gonna, it ain't gonna wash the car. It's not a car washer, it's a dishwasher. So after creating 3-piece in 2016, I said our next year, year 2, we will use acronyms. June 15th, 2017, I started changing all my E's to 3's. I can remember the day after I left Bonnaroo. Second year, June 10th, 2017, I was meeting my homies from Baltimore. I told them about my book and my journey and how I was lied to and how I had to rebuild my whole matrix from scratch. Kaylin asked me what was one thing that I found out that they lied to me about. I said, separation is an illusion. Everything is connected. Then I explained the skin suit versus the signal analogy. Everybody has a skin suit, and every skin suit has a signal. Now, instead of being the skin suit or the cell phone, you are the signal that is occupying the skin suit. You are not the skin suit. You are the signal, the light inside of the skin suit. That's the truth. You are the light that comes from a higher place. When people can see that light, it's called your aura. Inpudishi, my teacher, Amadou Netcher, the one that said you're upside down, inside out, and backwards. And when he said this, I was also watching the Stranger Things, and they call that place the upside down. Our ancestors, Inpudishi Jehudim, is the dude with the book on the left, said our ancestors didn't eat meat. They wrote backwards and forward, top to bottom and bottom to top. And there was no vowels, curse words, and they didn't have a word for crime. The writing is still on the walls. Hieroglyphics is what most people know it by, but I'm not most people. KRS-One explained how hip-hop was created. I took the principles of hip-hop and put them in the foundation of Monterey. 3-piece. KRS-One also said hip-hop took everything in their reality and renamed it. Fresh was one of those words. Used to be talking back to your parents, don't get fresh with me, or produce, the fruit is fresh. We said, no, we're fresh, the fruit is ripe. This was, moved into Ebonics. When I was growing up, we spoke Ebonics. I'll come back in another video. Again, all of these are reasons why I started using 3's instead of E's. And one huge factor was the Kindness Diaries. But we're getting there. So I found out that Google had bought YouTube in 2016. There was this guy named David Icke talking about transhumanism. It's on YouTube. And I found out in We're Not Broke, a documentary on Netflix, that they wasn't paying taxes. And like I said, it's that documentary is also on YouTube. But one thing I found out from David Icke in transhumanism video, David Icke is a YouTuber. So I found him. One YouTuber led me to another, and therein lies YouTube University. But David Icke said YouTube changed their name to Alphabet, which was huge. This is when everybody was talking about the cloud. Send it up to the cloud, which nobody could see, but everybody knew it was there. Saving their ideas, their principles. Memes were still on Facebook, meaning MEME was still on the picture. During this time, you had to prove that you wasn't a robot. On some websites, you had to match things, pick pictures, or write words with numbers in it. So I changed all my words with E's to 3's to prove that I wasn't a robot or AI or iRobot. Also to find like-minded people, free-thinking, truth-seeking music lovers. I was watching, I think it was a comedian on Vlad back in 2016-17. I want to say it was Ari, but it could have been Sinbad. Somebody was like, they got the iPads, and then they got the iPods, and then the iPhones, and sooner or later they're going to be the iRobots. You know what I mean? So I didn't have an iPhone, I always had an Android, but David Icke talked about in the transhumanism that they always wanted people to get chipped, and they was going to roll it out in a 3-part system. First, they want to get you to hold it, and then they want to get you to wear it, and then it makes it easier for them to implant you. So then holding the chip, that's the phone in your hand, and then the wearing the chip, which is the watches, they came out around this time. And then the next step, which is I built 3-piece because it didn't exist. I needed it, and I didn't see it anywhere in my reality. And now, or I didn't see anybody doing it. And now, 9 years later, people are talking about the culture of hip-hop. Mind you, me building 3-piece in 2016 was during Black Lives Matter, the Me Too movement, the LBGT. I don't even think they had the Q on the name yet. The All Lives Matter, the cancel culture, the Bad Girls Club, Love and Hip Hop, mumble rap. Wiz Khalifa said it on Breakfast Club, and then everybody took off with it. Mari, Judge Mathis, Judge Judy, Judge Joe Brown. Empire was, the thing. Power, culture. Just came out, Bad and Bougie by the Migos. Everybody was talking about getting the bag, getting the bag, getting the bag. ISIS, people were talking about what they was doing over there. This is when I'm creating my matrix. You know what I mean? My black market, which the Brazil Olympics, people was talking about the velas, or the hoods in Brazil, and how people got down, and how we wasn't on nothing like they was on down there, which is sad to say. You know what I mean? It's sad to say people were just going around talking about other people getting, their life ended, like it was casual conversation. And then WorldStar, a lot of people was on WorldStar, but Damn came out. You know what I mean? And I was going around telling everybody that this right here is what everybody needs to be listening to. This is going to be leaving an impact. And of course, everybody was listening to all the other things that I just mentioned. Not Kendrick. So I went to 3 festivals in a row: Rolling Loud, Bunbury, and Bonnaroo. The names in another video. I'll put that in another video. I took the community idea from Dick Gregory, who said you had to have your own schools, hospital, police, arts, and entertainment. So in case you don't have these 5 things, you do not have a community. Schools, hospital, police, arts, and entertainment. And like I said, I took the attitude from You Are Creators. Warning, this might shake up your belief system. To be loving, accepting, to be blessing, to be grateful, and to be joyful. I took the principles from hip-hop. KRS-One lecture: peace, love, unity, and safely having fun. That's the principles of hip-hop. The goal: free food, free shelter, and free energy. I made that up, but I also found other people doing it. The plan: spread the peace, world peace, of course, by creating 100% renewable energy communities as well as 100% sustainable communities. Again, I just left Job Corps, where I learned about sustainability. And when I was at San Francisco, we had to do compost, trash, waste, and then recycle. And in case you didn't do it on the first time, I think they fined you like $500. Second time, maybe 15 to 1,000. The third time, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't. They was finding your house, not just the business that you worked at. In case you didn't waste, recycle, and compost, they was finding you at your house. This was when I was living in San Francisco in 2013. So when I got back, people didn't believe me, but it's real. It was real. So sustainability is huge over here. So I saw money changing in San Francisco in 2013. They called it .com money, then buying up all the property. After my reboot in 2016, I saw Bitcoin was going to take off. Dope, this movie 2015. Grammatic, Epigram said it first. Fuck your shoebox money. We buying whips for cryptocurrencies. 2015. Last but not least, I saw an article where a charity was accepting in a Viceland doc where a guy that cashed out Bitcoin for cash money. I didn't have a job when I saw it, and I also it looked like a pyramid scheme, but I did tell some people. Others I told it was moving to a cashless society where their goal is to chip everybody, and they will roll it out with health and medical discovery first, but it's just to control your thoughts. Mind control. Meaning they'll say, oh, well, get this chip and we'll be able to access your medical data faster. We'll be able to put the treatment directly into, the direct place because the chip is constantly monitoring your body. We can bill you straight to the chip so you don't have to go and set up another appointment, blah, 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 blah. Or, you'll be able to know exactly where your kids are, bing, bing, bing. But the whole goal is to get people chipped. And again, another reason why I started changing my use of threes. My homie had a concept where, in case you get 50,000 people to give you $5 a day, then in 4 days you'll have $1 million. And what they do with the money is up to the 50,000 people. My concept was, we didn't need money, we need each other. And you can do more with 1 million people than $1 million. I told them I was done writing my first book, and my second one will be acronyms, and all my E's will be 3's. This is the homie that told me to look up Kemet, and he used etymology a lot in his conversations, the origin of the word. Now, he is pushing more science. This is 2017. He knew I was studying Medu Neter, divine speech. He asked me, did I hear the new language going around? I said no. The same week, I was in the car and I heard it in the back seat. But they were talking about it. They were talking to each other in the front seat, and I was in the back. And I'm like, hey, yo, do you hear this gibberish they talking up there? Like, this ain't cool. So in 2016 and 17, the hood was making another language to talk to each other behind enemy lines, so to speak. Last but not least, and I can go on for days about 2007 to 2017. Stay tuned. My best friend's niece was given a homework assignment to rewrite the alphabet. Jaden wrote W-D-O-U-B-L-E-U instead of just W, the letter. That night, I went back the same night and did A, A-Y, B, B-E-E, C, S-E-E, and went all the way to Z. By the way, Benjamin Franklin did this. I think that was the point of the homework assignment, or the assignment in general. Mine was to stop speaking English and to create my own alphabet code for my next book. The last reason, because I started this off with a verse, and certainly not least, high power. Build your own pyramids, write your own hieroglyphs. Just call that shit high power. So the more people that write in 3's, the stronger the matrix will be. And in case you get a business to change their name to a 3 instead of an E, that's high power. So in case Nike changed their name from N-I-K-E to N-I-K-3, then that's high power. Or in case TDE changed their name from TDE to TD3, that's high power. Meaning they recognize 3-piece and what we're trying to do up here, and the projects and the goals and the plans and the mission and the principles. Like I said, they with it, and they choose to help us get to these goals, which is free food, free shelter, and free energy. So, I was looking for love, and I found myself. I was looking for love, and I found God. I was looking for love, and I found it inside myself. Separation is illusion. Everything's connected. High power.